Mm-hmm.
Okay, so can I get a hand raised from all of you who said it gives you the ick? Got it. Okay. Hands down. All of you said and gave great reasons for why it is that you think that older men are attracted to younger women. And yet, when I give you the idea that there could be men who exclusively want to date that which they're attracted to, it gives you the ick. Can any of you tell me why that is?
I've been in that situation before, so when I see people in a situation like that, that's where my brain goes. But it doesn't mean that everyone is experiencing like the trauma I experienced. Other people could be very happy and they could be building the life that they desire with someone who's much younger than them. But to me personally, it gives me the ick, and I wouldn't want, if I had a daughter, I wouldn't want for her to be going out with someone that much older. If possible, I would prefer her marry someone who's a little closer to her age.
Even though you gave tons of reasons as to why it is that you, well, in your case, I guess you did just say trauma. We'll move over to Savannah. You gave multiple reasons, including baggage, things like this, and yet still said that it would give you the ick, even though you gave great reasons as to why a man, in fact, kind of should go for a younger woman. Can you kind of reconcile that for me?
Wait, what does that mean?
Can you show me how this makes sense?
Yeah. Oh, why they like a younger girl?
No. Why it is that it gives you the ick that they would like a younger girl, even though you gave all sorts of reasons as to why they should like a younger girl.
I think the age difference is just really, like, it's a lot. And I feel like they wouldn't have really so many things in common. Like, why would she want to be with someone that much older, you know? I feel like that's kind of weird. But then I get it, he wants to have fun. I don't know, but like a 50-year-old having fun with like a 20-year-old, that just sounds kind of weird.
Yeah, but you gave tons of good reasons as to why they should, and yet somehow it still gives you the ick.
Yeah, true. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Maddie, you gave multiple reasons as to why men should be attracted to younger 20-year-olds and gave all sorts of justifications for why they would be, and yet still find it icky as to why they would pursue them. Can you help me out with that?
Sure. Just because someone's pursuing me doesn't mean I need to pursue them. I can have a advantage or a leverage or all of that stuff. So what? I personally do not want to be with a 50-year-old man. They may want to be with me for biological reasons because I might not have as much trauma, this, that, the next.
Yeah.
If you want me, it doesn't mean I
want to make
have to
sure
want you
that
back.
maybe you misinterpreted what was asked.
Sure.
I asked if it gives you the ick if a man only pursues women in that age demographic, not you specifically. If you would find it icky dating a 50-year-old or whatever has nothing to do with the question.
Okay, so just to put them both out there, would I date a 50-year-old man that was only interested in girls in their 20s? No. If somebody else did, I'm not even asking. I'm just asking if it's icky if a man exclusively wants to date women in their 20s. Not necessarily.
Okay, so your answer's kind of changed here?
I just wouldn't do it personally. So as a general thing, I don't think it's icky, but is it for me? No.
Yeah.
Now, I understand it's not for you, but you don't have any actual issues with it, right? It doesn't give you the ick, in other words, and if it does give you the ick, if a man in his 50s only pursues women in their early 20s, can you tell me why?
Okay. There could be some type of fetishization there. A man in his 50s pursuing a girl in her 20s, she could be the same age as a possible daughter.
Yeah, I know, but you dating a man who's only 2 years older than you, he's the same age as your brother.
Okay.
So when you kind of give this idea of, well, that could be your daughter, or she's young enough to be your daughter, or he's old enough to be your father. Well, the guy you're dating is old enough to be your brother. I don't really understand the argument.
I think the argument is in the stages of life. If he's in a fatherhood stage of life, of Ben had kids.
And he's in a brotherhood stage of life,
and someone that I could be dating now that is a similar age to me. They could be in the same.
Wouldn't you agree a 15-year-old could be in the father stage of life?
They could be.
Yeah,
that's
they could.
Definitely a circumstance.
They could be. So the question is, You gave great justifications for why a man would only exclusively want to go for younger 20-year-old women, and yet it still gives you the ick. I'm wondering the reasons why you think it's both justified for them to go after them and why it gives you the ick at the same time.
I think there's just ick on the woman's part. If she could be icked out.
Yeah, but why would it give you the ick for that to happen?
I'm sorry, I'm not following.
You personally in that relationship, but two other people who aren't you.
I think you're saying, are you getting the ick from seeing, for example, me with a 50-year-old man?
No.
I think he's not asking you, because I assumed you meant me as well. That's why I said ick. I feel like me, sorry to cut another girls, I'll quickly talk so they can go. But me personally, I retract that. I don't get ick if someone else was dating, because if that's how they want to live.
Agreed.
Genuinely, I don't care. I thought you meant me personally. No, because like, I think I'm in a position now that I feel like, now that I'm 24, I feel like I need to get my life together.
Okay, so you don't think there's anything wrong at all with a 50-year-old man?
If that 20-year-old...
going exclusively for 20-year-olds, right?
No. She's of legal age. Is that legal here?
Okay, got it. So your answer has changed.
Yes,
okay.
sorry. I've interpreted it wrong.
Then moving over to Emma. What is the problem with a 50-year-old man exclusively wanting to date 20-year-old women?
I think it could be predatory and kind of like going for someone who is younger and less experienced and maybe doesn't know much about the world.
Well, I would agree that it's highly predatory for these young women who are in their 20s to have all their faculties intact, and they're picking on these senile old men for resources. I think that that's highly predatory of them.
Yeah. Okay. So
You
I
agree?
guess, yeah, if it's consensual, I guess there's nothing wrong with it then.
Okay. And then Kendra, why is it creepy or icky for 50-year-old men to exclusively want women in their early 20s?
I didn't say that it was.
Okay. And you would stand by that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then just by a show of hands, can we just get an answer? Does it actually give any of you the ick? By a show of hands, who has the ick by a 50-year-old man exclusively only wanting to date 20-year-olds by raise of hands?
It creeps me out, but I'm a mom. I think it's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. What if the father of your children was 50? Like, would it be weird then?
For me personally, I've only liked older men due to trauma, so yes. I've never legitimately been attracted to them. There was always some deeper psychological stuff going on.
Wait, so you only select for older men?
I used to seek out older men, and I was convinced for a very long time, I need to be with an older man. I would love an older man.
And is the father of your child significantly older?
He is only about 8.5 years older than me.
Okay, so he's still older.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And you wouldn't seek such relationships now?
No, I'm in a relationship with someone my age, and it feels a lot better.
Okay. So in your case, though, you're kind of saying that this is just due to traumatic experience, and that's what you're kind of saying. That's why it gives you the ick, because you think that there's some type of mental illness associated with it?
Not in every case, but...
No, just in your case.
Yes.
Okay, so just in your case. Okay, so then that's the only kind of objection that you have is personalized. Now, Q, because you're an evolutionary psychologist, you're really good at this shit. This is your domain, and I got to take a leak. Can you explain why it is, from your purview, why it is that older men and younger woman pairings are really just not very problematic?
Yeah, absolutely. They're not very problematic because if you go back potentially hundreds of thousands of years, ancient human civilizations to where we were almost didn't look the way we look now. But if you look at it, women have concealed ovulation. We can't tell when y'all are fertile. So what do? We look at markers of fertility and fecundity. Typically the age that when you look essentially analogous, you're most ripe to bear children, or where you have your highest reproductive output. So men are attracted to breasts, waist to hip ratio, curves, the way you're built, your face, everything like that, your youthfulness, the vibrance that you have when you're young. We're attracted to that because that signals to us that you're fertile enough to bear kids. Now, older men, if you go look at other societies, because remember, this is a huge world. There are plenty of primitive societies, the Amazon, Africa, et cetera, et cetera. Older men in those tribes that we don't know about, they typically date younger women because they have the resources to be able to date those younger women and provide for the kids in their communities. So men are naturally attracted to that. We've evolved that. That's why we're attracted to that. And it's icky to y'all because it's abnormal in Western society. The age gaps here aren't as wide as they are in other places because we're secular and we're more modern. So you don't get to experience that. But if we were, in a different country or a different culture, you would see that that's actually the norm, and that's actually the more primitive state in which relationships and dating dynamics are in those cultures. So it's actually normal.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can I also add to that, like, just something that I've observed? Like, a lot of women over here, like, they want a provider, and yeah, they do think it's icky to date someone that's older. Like, that just physically does not make sense to me, because how someone your age is going to, be able to provide for you and the family if that's what you want. Like, so I think overall, like, I don't see anything icky with it, like, per se.
Also, are there any older men that y'all find attractive?
Yes.
Like, celebrity-wise, that would, like, Silver Foxes or Salt and Pepper? Who? Any with you?
I mean, Brad Pitt.
Okay.
No.
Okay. What about you?
Like Richard Gere.
Okay.
Johnny Depp.
I second that one.
Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
Conan O'Brien.
Okay.
Wait. Oh. All right, there you go. Cool. All right.
Yeah, I've been into Johnny Depp since I was a kid.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. I can't think of any
You're
names.
way too far from the
I
mark.
agree with you. I can't literally think of any names.
But do you find some older men
They
attractive?
do look more distinguished. Yeah, they do look good.
Okay, so with that being said, would you guys be completely off when it comes to date? Like, would you not date them?
I would.
You would, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Like when I reconnected with my Tinder date, who was someone I met in high school, the fact that he looked older, like, really turned me on, and I was really into him because of that.
Interesting. So when the older guy is attractive, you actually can see yourself dating older men. Evolutionary sight. There you go, Andrew.
It's good. Andrew, did you have? You got pizza. Andrew got pizza. There you go.
My turn.
There you
My
go.
turn.
Yeah, Andrew? Did you have more or?
No, we can move it on.
Okay, I got some notes.
That was kind of fun to go around and get all of your input on that. I appreciate it, guys.
All right.